In 1915, the world was at war. Some interesting things that happened that year include Pluto being photographed for the first time, even though it was not yet called a planet. The famous term fight or flight was first coined. As it was wartime, the hand grenade, armored vehicle, and use of sonar were all developed. Maybelline mascara was first produced, also in the year 1915. In the year 1915, many of the inventors we see were created out of necessity from the war and needs of people fighting and the ones still at home. Art was also changing during this time. We see a shift from Cubism and the beginning of Dadaism. Cubism used many geometric shapes, while Dada art was more abstract and often is in reaction to what was considered the absurdity of war. Another form of art that emerged was in Japan and called Shinhanga, and was a form of woodblocking. Some of the inventions from 1915 were the gas masks, Pyrex glass dishes, and armored vehicles. Gas masks and armored vehicles were used at war, while Pyrex glass dishes were used at home. Here are some examples of some of the Cubism style art from 1915. Here are examples of art from Japan in the Shinhanga style of art. These are examples of Dada art. This was very abstract and often ridiculed the war and efforts of those in society. Art in 1915 was influenced by the World War going on. The art movement began to change from Cubism to Dadaism. The changes in the world can be seen in the abstract art forms of Dada art, and in the ways that the artists ridicule many things from the war and society at the time. The changes in Japanese art also shows more of a collaboration between artists as they came together to work on pieces of art rather than do them as individuals. Cubism can also be related to the time period, because some could argue that this was a way to reduce images to basic forms. War times can cause chaos, and by simplifying the art, maybe this was a way to better understand the world at the time.